Antifa gets 18-month sentence for attacking a Trump supporter.
In a battle, you better pray for help. In a battle, you better pray for help. Straight up and down, so don't even play yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you see right here is a section of our webpage where I compile as much as I can about attacks on / intimidation of / discrimination against Trump supporters. And I put the newest at the top. And right here, by the way, this alone, 334 reported hate crimes against Trump supporters. And that's just from one source, but I have been compiling a whole bunch. You can see there's lots of cases on here. I also compile the other way around, but so far I only have a few cases, and they're very dubious. All the sources that you'll see in this video will be right here for you. See the link below. The Daily Mail reported on October 23rd at 4:47 p.m. Eastern Time, Antifa protester 32 who attacked 56-year-old Trump supporter outside an alt-right event in Manhattan last year is jailed for 18 months. Now keep in mind, they're saying it's an alt-right event, okay? So you already know where their bias lies. So take that, remember that when we read the rest of this. David Campbell, 32, received the sentence during a hearing at Manhattan Criminal Court Wednesday, 2 weeks after pleading guilty in the assault. Campbell viciously attacked a 56-year-old man outside the Night for Freedom party organized by right-wing activist Mike Cernovich. Mike Cernovich is supposed to be all right. I'm pretty sure he's Jewish.
I don't care. I hate Jewish people anyway.
Well, hold on. Stop this video for a second. Let's jump forward in time. I went looking to find out whether or not Mike Cernovich is Jewish. I still don't know, but I found this tweet by him. From 9:29 p.m. the 23rd, Campbell viciously attacked a 56-year-old man outside the Night for Freedom party organized by right-wing activist Mike Cernovich. That's him describing himself as a right-wing activist. Witnesses at the time said the man appeared to strike his head on the curb on his way down and suffered a heart attack. And then there is the article that we started reading. In reporting about this incident, which took place outside of a Mike Cernovich event, some sources are calling the event and/or Mike Cernovich alt-right, etc. This article by the Daily Mail calls Cernovich's event alt-right. This article by the New York Post calls him an, quote, alt-right personality, unquote. It is odd, then, that Cernovich is what an alt-right person would call a race mixer. Not exactly an Aryan family there.
But that's too much logic, remember that.
Yeah.
Logic is white supremacy.
No, but hold on, Tabby. Hold on. You see, if he isn't alt-right, then why would he tweet about, say, for example, quote, more than 4 Jewish pigs killed in Jerusalem today, unquote, or deride, quote, leaders who licked Jewish legs, unquote. Oh, wait, he didn't. In fact, he called out a CNN photographer for tweeting those things.
But he's Nazi. Must remember
Right.
that. The one using logic is always the Nazi.
Let's have a look here. Oh, look, Mike Cernovich, 25th of July, 2019. CNN photo editor mass deletes tweets after Cernovich begins finding gems like these. And by the way, folks, if you go to this guy's Twitter, Mohammed Al-Shami's Twitter,
Just guess what's there.
it's all gone or locked or protected. In other words, it's locked down. You can't read anything from him. But notice this person tweeted more than 4 Jewish pigs killed in Jerusalem today by the Palestinian bomb explode. Hashtag Israel, hashtag Gaza. Wow, what an alt-right guy this Mike Cernovich is. Look, 2 mixed race babies. Oh, that is so Aryan of him. What a white supremacist. Well, maybe the media likes to call Mike Cernovich alt-right, maybe because he does things like calling them out, as in this clip right here where he shames an entire room full of reporters for not reporting on the recent crimes, at the time, the recent crimes of Antifa. While, of course, smearing Trump and saying, oh, he said there are good people on both sides, which is actually misreporting.
Why will nobody here cover the violence against Trump supporters? And why won't you demand that leaders of the Democrats disavow the violence from Antifa the way you demanded Trump disavow violence from his supporters? This is being completely covered up. You have no answer. I am, Adam. I am a reporter. I'm a documentary filmmaker. And I want to know why nobody will demand that the Democrats disavow Antifa violence, terrorism against women happening in America. Nobody will demand
You
that.
realize, of course, this is a Republican president. We will ask Democrats.
Oh, where? Where's the interview of you demanding that Bernie Sanders disavow Antifa? Disavow Antifa. Disavow Antifa. You're not making these demands the way you did with Trump. So it's unfair, and it's very important that this get out there. Thank you.
So yeah, maybe it's stuff like this. Maybe this is why they lie about him in the press. Alright, back to the video I was making earlier. Witnesses at the time said the man appeared to strike his head on the curb on his way down and suffered a heart attack. The man, whose identity was never released, was taken in an ambulance to Bellevue Hospital, where doctors said he was in stable condition. Campbell was arrested at the scene and charged with assault for strangulation, possession of a weapon, assault of a police officer, resisting arrest, and loitering. And there's the asshole right there. By the way, I've heard reports that the man he attacked is Jewish. I'm not sure about that, but let's read on. And you know what? I'm going to say he's Jewish because when I look over at Antifa accounts on Twitter and Facebook, they're putting out a lot of like, oh, anti-Semitism is bad. Don't be anti-Jewish.
Yeah, because they just got in trouble.
So yeah, it seems artificial. So they did something that incriminates them.
Control mode.
Right, so let's read here. A member of the far-left anti-fascist group, Antifa, who brutally attacked a Trump supporter outside an alt-right event in New York City last year, has been jailed for 18 months. David Campbell, 32, received the sentence during a hearing at Manhattan Criminal Court Wednesday, 2 weeks after pleading guilty for his role in the vicious assault outside the Night for Freedom Party. I'm going to try to skip over the redundant parts, folks, but notice it says right here, the political activist appeared shocked when the judge read out the sentence. Tearful friends of Campbell embraced one another in the corridor after he was led away in handcuffs. Why were you shocked? Because you thought you would get away with it.
Yeah, they thought it would be a slap on the wrist because of a left-leaning judge.
You know, and compared to what we see happening with the Proud Boys, this is a slap on the wrist. One of the things I want to stress here, folks, is I have a video in the works that's going to come out pretty soon. The Proud Boys, two Proud Boys, each got 4 years for what is essentially just mutual combat. And this guy gets 18 months for just attacking somebody who was not fighting back with him. Right? Here it says 2 other partygoers were also hurt in the brawl. One person was taken to Mount Sinai, St. Luke's, while another went to Bellevue. Their conditions and involvement in the gala were not known. Cernovich later emerged from the event and confronted the group of demonstrators, calling them fucking terrorists. When Proud Boys, a far-right fraternal organization, it's not true, they're not far-right, got into a street fight with Antifa members, it was a nationwide story. The mayor and AG tweeted about the street fight when Antifa attacked a 56-year-old man. Silence from the press, Cernovich told the New York Post earlier this month. Now that the criminal case is closed, I will also be taking legal action against Mr. Campbell and his Confederates. It is time to find out who is funding Antifa, he added. That's Cernovich. This article from the New York Post from October 5th is saying he punched and choked a 56-year-old man he had followed out of the event, police said. See, that's typical. You follow somebody out of a Trump event or some other event, and then you get them like hyenas. So that's all that we need to read from that article. A short while later, the New York Post put out this. Antifa protester gets 18 months for beating up Trump supporter. That was 5:23 p.m. Let's see. I'm going to go through this and see if there's anything different. It's pretty much all the same stuff. This is from January 21st, 2018. The New York Post put out this. Protester accused of attacking Trump supporters charged with assault. So that's back when that happened. On October 24th, BPR Business and Politics, that's BizPac Review, put out Antifa thug who attacked 56-year-old Trump supporter appeared shocked when judge doles out sentence.
So just imagine how shocked his face is going to be when a 57-year-old inmate bends his ass over.
Mwah, mwah.
That's going to be an O face to remember. With a little bit of...
And a little... Or maybe some... And he's gonna wanna... But he won't be able to.
Now he's just going to have to take that dick in the ass.
Yep. Yes, and this man... with a black wife, or at least baby mama, and black kids. Apparently he's a Nazi, and he should go to jail for 4 years.
For being a white supremacist and hating black people.
Right.
That's amazing. He's the worst you know what? He's the second worst white supremacist in this country. Like Trump is. Because, you know what? It's really hard to be an effective white supremacist when you're helping black people that much. I mean... Somebody just gave them the wrong manual.
Yep. As this guy tweets, 18 months seems oddly shorter than the Proud Boy sentences. Makes one ponder.
Doesn't make me ponder. I figured as much.
So, let's go over to one of these Twitter Antifa accounts. They have MACC New York City. Our comrade and friend was unjustly sentenced to 18 months at Rikers. Wah, wah.
Oh, he's definitely getting ass raped at Rikers.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I don't like rape. I think that's disgusting. But in this instance, I'm gonna allow it.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, and if you want,
I'm gonna
folks...
look the other fucking way, and I'm going to fucking allow this shit right now.
And if you want, folks, you can write to him. Write him a letter and donate what you can. More updates to follow. Thank you for your solidarity and support. Please visit freedavidcampbell.com and hashtag freedavidcampbell.
You know what? If you really want to help him, you can mail him a bottle of lube. Astroglide. That would probably be the most appreciated thing he could receive while being bent over by everybody in his jail cell. Because you know what? The white guys are going to hate him because he's a fucking piece of shit. The old people are going to hate him because of what he did. And all of the black community in there is going to hate him too because he thinks they're stupid and he's the smart one.
Yeah, he's white knighting for them, so therefore he thinks they're beneath them.
Fucking perfect. Guess what, homeboy? Those black people don't want you to speak for them.
Yep.
No! In fact, the first time you fucking Randy Tanley your little ass up there and pretend like you're smarter than them, they're gonna pass you around like a fucking drumstick.
So you can write to him at this address right here, and you can even visit him. Information right here.
If you do, get pictures, because I want to see the bruising.
But MACC New York City also tweeted, our friend was sentenced to up to 18 months on Rikers for protesting a Proud Boys / alt-right party. Find out ways to support him here. And
protesting,
that is
you idiots, does not involve your fists. Or ganging up on people. But it was self-defense! You followed him out!
Yep.
There's no defense there.
Yep, and so there's a WordPress for this called Free David Campbell, Defense and Support for Anti-Fascist Activist David Campbell. The story: David Campbell is being unjustly imprisoned for events that unfolded at the protest of a New York City alt-right event on January 20th, 2018. A lover of language and the arts, David was 2 weeks away from moving to Paris. Oh, that is so great. He was
almost free.
He was almost going to go to Paris to study French translation.
Oh, no, baby, no. You know how life no more because you terrorist scum. All you're good for is the inmate jizz rag. I hope you like that fucking new position in life. Because you're going to get to know it real well. Please be sure, on account of, him being a human being and all, that you be sure to mail him knee pads and Astroglide. To really show that you care about his ass raping. Because he's going to get it nightly with that little fucking prick attitude.
They continue, it was his commitment to anti-fascism and his community that brought him out to the protest that night. Yeah, he was so anti-fascist, so committed to anti-fascism that he went out there and he acted like a fascist.
Yeah, it's just, I'm so against fascism that I gotta make sure everybody understands how to do it right.
At the protest, a brawl broke out in which a 56-year-old intoxicated alt-right man, ooh, we had to throw that in there. He was intoxicated and he was alt-right. So wait. So you're saying that you attacked an intoxicated person? Someone who was not in control of their faculties.
So
that's what you're saying.
Easy shot.
That's what you are saying. You're saying this person was not in their right mind. And so there you attack. Therefore you attacked him.
beat on him. Haha, I'm great. No, actually, I think you just gave the inmates even more things that they can do to you.
How's that ass feel?
Yeah. During the brawl, a police officer unannounced threw David to the ground. Oh, unannounced. He threw David to the ground, breaking his leg in 2 places. Oh, poor baby. With no other arrests made on either side, the officer alleged that David had stalked, punched, and strangled the alt-right party attendee, and then tried to strangle the officer himself. These fabrications went on to be circulated by right-wing media. The initial charges were dropped after surveillance footage failed to back up any of the above allegations. I'd like to see this surveillance footage. I haven't seen this, and I just don't believe it. However, they were replaced with a more vague and heavy-handed charge of gang assault. Gang assault makes any group of 3 or more people involved in a fight legally responsible for each other's actions.
Yeah.
One carries a steep mandatory sentence of 3.5 years. Mandatory minimum of 3.5 years. Well, he didn't get that. He got 18 months. He got a slap on the wrist for what he did. But you know what? You don't like the fact that your own black bloc tactics, you choose to engage in the black bloc tactic for the sole purpose of getting each other off. And it's now all of a sudden you're like, oh, but we're not. We're not actually acting like a gang. Bullshit. Nobody in this believes that. Nobody. They conclude after almost 2 years of legal maneuvering, David took a non-cooperating plea for his sentence of 18 months in a local facility, Rikers, to avoid a trial and a much longer sentence in a facility far away from his friends and family. During this period, the Manhattan DA inexplicably offered much more lenient plea deals involving only community service to a number of alt-right gang members arrested and charged in a separate but very similar case about 10 months after David. I'm pretty sure what they're talking about is that case with the Proud Boys. There were 10 of them, and some of them got community service. Some of them got, I think, a few days in jail, if not a few weeks in jail, I forget what, and 2 of them got 4 years. Those people were engaging in what is mutual combat. Antifa was trying to fight them all night long. They finally got into a situation where they can ambush them, and the Proud Boys charged at them as the Antifa were throwing water bottles at them, and they fought. It's a much different situation than waiting outside for someone to come outside and then you hit them in the back of the head or whatever happened there.
Yeah, the most cowardly move humanly available.
Yep, the arresting officer in David's case has not been held responsible for breaking David's leg and lying about David's actions. You know, I hope they're right about the breaking the leg thing, but I have not seen that from any other source so far, so take that with a grain of salt. It's going down. An anti-fascist was arrested in New York in early 2018, charged with gang assault, and had their leg broken by police. Okay, so here's a second source, but it's going down is propaganda. So, who knows? Has taken a non-cooperating plea for a sentence of 18 months and needs support. Check out this website for more info, and that was the website that we looked at earlier. New York City Antifa. You'd think they would have something to say about this. Let's see their 3 new tweets. Well, they're tweeting about the Proud Boys. And it does not appear that they are talking about their comrade who has to go to jail for 18 months. Yep, okay, so why do you have nothing to say about this? You have something to say about the Proud Boys that got sentenced to 4 years? It seems awfully fishy. Really does. Let's move on. Now, folks, I don't pretend to know exactly what happened. I have not seen any video for it. I have looked. So again, I want to stress the fact that this is an Antifa who gets a slap on the wrist for what he did, and then the Proud Boys. Yes, I know it's only 6 months above the minimum for what they did, but it should have been taken into account all the other factors that were going on that night. And I think it's a mistrial. I am not a legal expert, but I'm going to say it's a mistrial based on what the judge said about the case, or the justice, I should say, said about the case. See our video about this that should come out within a day or two. For details on that. I mean, one of the reasons why I'm covering this story right now, besides the fact that it is newsworthy and it's what people have come to expect from my channel, is because, as you'll see in the other video, this judge who sentenced the Proud Boys, 2 of those Proud Boys to 4 years each, he had the gall to say, we don't tolerate political violence in our streets and blah, 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 blah. And here you go. You're sending out a message that if you get caught, and even if you fight back against a policeman, after knocking somebody out, putting somebody in a hospital, a person who apparently had a heart attack on his way to the hospital, you pretty much get a slap on the wrist compared to the actual crime that you committed. Again, folks, all the sources from this video is from our webpage right here. This is just one of many different pages we have on different areas of the culture war. This one's about attacks on, intimidation of, discrimination against Trump supporters. All right, folks, thank you very much for watching. Please consider donating to us through Subscribestar. We'll give you a partial link below. You have to copy and paste it and add it after the https:// because YouTube won't let us give you the full link in the description below.
Donate 1,000, I'll show you my...
You think she's kidding?
He
No,
doesn't know anymore.
I'd show my, but
I'll show my... For 1,000.
Shut up and take my money.
For 1,000.
somehow. Anyway, also, please subscribe to us over at BitChute and click that little bell icon so that way they tell you about new videos. Unlike YouTube, BitChute will not censor us or shut a channel down or give us channel strikes or anything like that. Alrighty, folks, thanks for watching. Till next time, liberty, strength, honor, honesty, integrity, justice, truth, love, and laughter.
How's that ass feel?